Hey, good morning, guys. Jesse Miller coming to you here. I wanted to give you a quick tip for today and share with you why it's so important to understand why you want to remove personal identifiers on your credit report. So when you start to look at your credit report, if you have looked at it or if you haven't had a chance, you should look at it. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you go and check out your personal identifiers and make sure that the personal identifiers that are on your report are accurate and updated, because what happens is you'll notice, and I've seen this quite a bit on a lot of our members' reports. They'll send them to me, and I've actually seen one person had up to probably 4 different addresses and phone numbers and probably about 5 different places they work their period of their years. And those things that that you do will show up on your report in a lot of cases. So the idea behind the cut the strings that you actually get as a free gift that we gave you on day one is to use that to get those off your credit report. Now, we have seen those when they come off, scores go up, because what happens is it's not necessarily that you're getting those knocked off that raises your score. It's what happens to other things when you do that. So you're kind of cutting the ties to all the items that may be attached to those names, addresses, and other things that might be on your personal identifiers or personal information that's listed on the credit report. So the ideal is to go in and remove all the items or the personal identifiers that are not accurate and update, right? So if you're living at a different address than you did, a couple years ago, then we want to get rid of those other ones, because those things follow you around. And there's 2 reasons why. One, when you cut the strings, you cut ties to all the other negative items or even items that might be on your report. Let's give you an example. I had a member who got a bankruptcy off in 2 weeks by using the same letter that you guys have with the cut the strings. And the reason that happens quite often actually is because by removing that identifier that was attached to the bankruptcy, it actually kind of pushes the credit bureaus to remove that as well. So anything attached to it. Now, does it happen all the time? No, not all the time. But quite often, we see it quite often. So, but that's still the first step. That's the cool thing. It's the first step. So what you want to do is, if you knock that off first, you cut ties to anything else that's on your report or could be attached to those identifiers. It makes it a little bit easier when you do actually go and go to remove or get those items either updated or removed, because now the name that was attached to it isn't there anymore. So the bureaus go, well, what is this, right? And so, or you even can do that. But that's one way to use that cut the strings, is to help you to remove those personal identifiers. So you can help to start moving that process to remove those items, even if they're actual items, right? Even if you do have charge-offs, collections, bankruptcies. By doing that, it will help you to eliminate that process of making it harder to get rid of, because the more information they have on you, on those items, the harder it is to get off. So, yeah, that's the way to do it. So that would be your first step. Definitely make sure that you're using that cut the strings to get that off, because that will help you when you do start working on getting the other items off. But in some cases, it'll actually show you or allow you to get those items off as soon as you send it. So it's pretty cool. That's why we see results pretty quick with that as well. And that's just one letter that we have. Now, the second reason you want to make sure that you're doing that is because a lot of times when you go to get mortgages, or I've even seen people try to go get like weapons, maybe a gun or something, obviously through the proper channels, but because they had so many different addresses and things, they had to do a more extensive background check to make sure this person wasn't what we call a jumper, right? Same way with mortgages and those things. So it's important to clean that up as well. So that's the first thing that you want to do. So that's your 5-minute tip for the day. Hope you got some value out of that. Stay tuned for tomorrow, and I'll bring you some more value, and enjoy your day.